Um, Hello guys, hi, welcome to stream. The stream ചിലപ്പം കുറച്ച് പണിയാവും കാരണം ഞാൻ ബിട്രേറ്റ് ഒന്ന് ചെറുതായിട്ട് കൂട്ടിയിട്ടു ജസ്റ്റ് ടു നോ എനിക്ക് എത്ര വരെ പുഷ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. നോക്കട്ടെ ഇത് വരട്ടെ. ഹലോ ഓക്കെ, ഐ തിങ്ക് ഞാൻ പുഷ് ചെയ്ത കുറച്ച് കൂടിപ്പോയെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. കുറച്ച് വൃത്തികേടായി തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടോ എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നില്ല. ബട്ട് എനിവേസ് വേറൊന്നുമല്ല, ഇന്നത്തെ ടൈറ്റിൽ പ്രിട്ടി സ്പെസിഫിക് ഇന്ന് ആയിരുന്നു സ്ട്രീമി അവാർഡ്സ്. സോ അത് ഞാൻ ആക്ച്വലി എൻജോയ് ചെയ്തു. ബിഫോർ ദാറ്റ് എനിക്കറിയായിരുന്നു മാറ്റ് പാറ്റാണ് ഹോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഈ വർഷം, കാരണം ഒരു ട്വീറ്റിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു വീഡിയോ ഇട്ടായിരുന്നു അപ്പാരൻ്റ്ലി റിഗാർഡിങ് ദിസ്. അതർ ദാൻ ദി ലെറ്റ്സ് ജസ്റ്റ് സേ ദി റീസെൻറ്റ് ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ്സ്, I would say the streamy was fine, like, because everyone, like, I think many things happened. So I guess Logan Paul being there, I show speed, I thought Logan illarnu I think, but yeah, I show speed was there, but yeah, I think he took it as a champ, so I guess well played for him at this swift play alle. ഇൻ അതർ ന്യൂസ്, ഞാൻ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഒരു ആക്സിഡൻറ്റ് കമ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. അയ്യോ, ഡേഞ്ചറസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളതല്ല, ഐ മീൻ ചെറിയ ഡേഞ്ചറാണ്, ബട്ട് നോട്ട് ലൈക്ക് എനിത്തിങ് ഫിസിക്കലി ഓർ എനിത്തിങ്, ബട്ട് ഐ മൈറ്റ് കമ്മിറ്റ് എ സ്മോൾ ആക്സിഡൻറ്റ്. ഐ എം നോട്ട് വെരി ഷുവർ, ബട്ട് ഐ സോ സംതിങ് ആൻഡ് I want it to happen weirdly. I want it. So I am very concerned. But yes, anyways, let's see. അതെങ്ങനെ പോകുമെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. ബട്ട് എനിവേസ്, ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ ഫോർ പീപ്പിൾ, ഫോർ മല്ലൂസ്, ഇന്ന് ഉത്രാടമാണ്. ഹാപ്പി ഓണം ബോയ്സ്, ഹാപ്പി ഓണം ഗൈസ്, ഹാപ്പി ഓണം ഇൻ ദ ചാറ്റ്. ടെക്നിക്കലി നാളെയാണ്, സോ അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ഓണത്തിനെ പറ്റി ടൈറ്റിൽ ഇടാന്ന്. ബട്ട് ഷിറ്റ്, എനിക്കിപ്പോൾ ഓർമ്മ വന്നു ഞാൻ അന്ത ടൈറ്റിലാണ് ആക്ച്വലി ഇടാൻ പോയതെന്ന്. എനിവേസ് ഇരിക്കട്ടെ. ഒറിജിനലി ഞാൻ ഇടാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചിരുന്ന ഞാൻ ഇടായിരുന്ന ടൈറ്റിൽ വേറൊന്നുമല്ല. ഐ ഗോട്ട് ബാക്ക് ഇൻ ടു വാച്ചിങ് ട്രൂ ക്രൈം. സോ ഇന്ന് ഞാൻ ഓഫീസിൽ പോയി, ആൻഡ് സർപ്രൈസിംഗ്ലി ഇന്നൊരു ആർച്ചായിരുന്നു ദാറ്റ് ഐ ന്യൂ, ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ്സ് ദി എക്സാക്ട് റീസൺ വൈ ഐ വെന്റ്. Because most of the people would be on their leaves, like they took their leaves. So I was like, yes, but because of that I kinda had the notion like I could just go there, I'll technically clock in as work, right? But then since nobody's there, I can do whatever. I still did work, but let's just talk about the advantages here. So I went there, did work, so I was pretty, like the office was very empty. So, and I wanted to watch something. I was watching the Streamys, like, but then after watching the Streamys, I was like, I want to watch something else. I got some good hits, so I want something. And then I don't know why I got this weird recommendation which had the YouTube thingy where it says subjects contain topics of self-harm and blah blah blah. So I watched it, and then I went down a complete spiral. Anyways, I don't know, like, okay, so shout out to what's it called, Dark Stories with Megan, Dark Stories with Anna or something. Dark, I don't know, I don't remember the actual title. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, the morning. Dark Asia with Megan. So yeah, so interested people do check her out. I'm into this kind of thing weirdly now, so maybe I'm not very sure, but I genuinely enjoyed her content. So Shout outs to that. I guess no one's in the stream, so I guess this shout out's going to no one. എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. But anyways, yeah, I think yeah, she does a good, like, yeah, I went down a complete spiral of her channel. So there you go. There you go. So yeah.
The dark web and all that stuff. But this time she crossed the line by talking about a selfie from hell. You know, take a
What the fuck?
selfies, you'll die. You shouldn't talk about that or the dark web.
But anyways, other than that, yes, I bought a new game. I know this is the 4th game this month, but hear me out. എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല, ഞാൻ വിഷ് ലിസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഉടനെ തന്നെ ഞാൻ വിഷ് ലിസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത എല്ലാ ഗെയിംസും സെയിലിന് പോകുന്ന എന്തുകൊണ്ടെന്ന്. So I bought another game. I do want to play this game on stream because this will be a much fun game on stream. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about I'm still thinking about whether or not I should play the game. I mean, play the game on stream, that is. But let's see. Let's
I'm pretty
see.
sure Selfie Man is worse, but not by much. Hannah tries to take a selfie, and Julia's like, "No, don't do it. It's evil."
Smile. No.
Ah.
Last player standing.
ഞാൻ ബിട്രേറ്റ് കൂട്ടിയോണ്ടാണോ? Is it because I കൂട്ടി my bitrate?
Looking at her phone.
You know what? Fuck it.
Obviously, something's going wrong. But strangely, one of her tears falls like horizontally across her face. You would assume that this would be explained later.
Oh, first round.
It isn't. It just kind of happens to be creepy. So Hannah's downstairs making tea, and
It's
Julia's
not me,
upstairs
right?
taking selfies of herself. And then she starts recording herself, like vlogging style, and then someone comes and grabs her. Which is weird because I thought it was supposed to happen when you're taking a selfie.
Okay.
Remember that.
It's not really the same thing. I mean, maybe in this world, a selfie is also recording yourself. Who knows? Nothing is really explained in this movie. I'm just gonna put that out there right now, and it's really fucking stupid. Hannah hears Julia scream, so she runs upstairs, and Julia is laying on the ground passed out. So who was that was behind her? Oh my god, that must have been the selfie man, even though she was recording herself. But let's just ignore that. So Julia's asleep now, and she stays asleep for the remainder of the film. We're, 7 minutes in? And that was basically all she does in the entire movie. Now she's just asleep. So Hannah calls the doctor. The doctor comes and takes a look at Julia.
Where
and he's
are
like,
you?
oh, she has an infection. Just let her rest and she'll be fine.
I'll give you antibiotics. She needs to take one every 8 hours.
Yes, doctor. Sounds good. I'll be here for Hannah. I'll make sure she takes her medicine. Just kidding. I won't give it to her once in the entire movie.
Bring them
Is that a
down.
bad infection?
What kind of infection? Where is it? Can you be any more specific, please? That might help a little bit.
One
Infection
enemy
in her
remaining.
Entire body? She's
Spike
just an
down,
infection,
B.
yes. Okay. Okay. The rest of the movie just follows around Hannah. So Selfie Man does this thing where he sends gibberish to people over text, and it has the number 13 in it. Because in this movie, if you take 13 selfies, you die. That's as far as the explanation goes. So Selfie Man sends gibberish text to Hannah using Julia's phone.
Now is
and
our
Hannah's
chance.
like,
Okay,
oh,
this
she
feels
must
like
be
shit.
awake now.
Maybe it's the ice
She goes
cubes.
upstairs and she's still asleep. And she's like, oh my goodness. Who did that? Who sent that text? That's weird. But then
Oh,
she
minna
kind of forgets
tiricha
about it. So she's outside reading the book, and she
Onamenna.
receives a
Onem.
voice memo text thing from Julia. And again, it's a
Oh,
bunch
I'm
of
so
gibberish.
excited, so
This time
excited.
you can hear it.
Happy accident ആണോ?
Turret out.
So then Hannah's like, oh, now something
No,
really
good.
weird is happening. She goes up to see
Placing
Julia.
alarm. Get out of my
and
way.
Surprise, surprise, she's still asleep. Near the beginning of the movie, Julia was trying to access this weird, dark net website using her phone. Hannah, being a weirdo, was snooping. Saw .onion at the end. Not to mention, Hannah was snooping on Julia's phone while she was driving, and somehow was able to remember the URL. Like, how snoopy can this bitch be? And keep your eyes on the road! Kill yourself before Selfie Man can! Ruin the plot of this
Still waiting.
masterpiece. So Hannah thinks that Julia's phone
One
is hacked
enemy
somehow.
remaining. There.
So she Googles .onion, and she finds out that it's all about the dark web. I'm entering the exact same URL that Hannah entered in her computer to see where it goes.
find you.
I'm just curious. And it leads nowhere. Cool. So she does all this stuff to try and access the dark web to try and find out what's going on with Julia's phone. So Hannah goes to sleep, there's this random shot of like the power.
I knew you
like
every
way via the internet or something.
Last
It was very
round
weird.
before the switch.
Hannah gets another video message while she's sleeping, and it's of Julia sleeping. But what if Hannah just didn't wake up? You know, what if she didn't look at her phone?
Happy,
So
happy,
she goes to check on Julia. She
happy.
finds that the windows in Julia's room are open. She goes downstairs.
I need
and,
to
oh my
create a
God,
plan
the front door's open.
in case.
So what? Did someone just come inside to open Julia's windows and to send a video message of her sleeping to Hannah?
Leave
to
the
scare
dream
her?
seer to me.
Is that the idea? Hannah searches around
Dream
downstairs
seer?
and finds
Oh,
nothing.
fade off.
Except for this
I'll find you.
because this intruder just
Still
really wants
waiting.
to, so
Marked one.
makes them cold.
There they are.
And how he was able to
Bring them
go
down.
inside and open the windows and all this stuff without Hannah hearing when she was asleep for like literally 1 second. The next day, Hannah video messages her friend Trevor, who's
Bring them
under
down.
program. It looks like this is probably like mid-afternoon. She's all
You
ready
want to
go
play?
down.
Let's play.
Check on her friend.
Ah, fuck, ഞാൻ fuck up ചെയ്തു.
Multiple enemies.
48 hours at this point with an unknown infection. Like they could be dead in your bed. So then Hannah goes to Julia's channel.
Last
watches
player
her
standing.
videos. Apparently Julia's channel is called Julia's World. So I'm gonna look that up just to see if it really exists. And it turns out there's
Spike planted.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Beautiful ആ ഏസ് കളഞ്ഞത്
There are
beautiful.
a lot of videos. Hannah thinks that Julia was making about the dark net is what led her
Switching
to have
sides.
this infection.
I'm talking about the thing
Continue to give
your
us vision,
parents
Silva.
always feared could exist. The darkness.
I'm not sure how she made that connection, but
Happy, happy,
whatever. So then
happy.
Hannah's like, well, where's Selfie from Hell Part 2? You know, she's supposed to have uploaded Part 2, but it's not there. That's weird. How she would have made that correlation between what's happening with her phone and Julia's weird infection and her YouTube channel makes no sense to me. So she looks her up online and finds out that, wow, turns out she's dead. It was posted all over the internet that Julia Lang is a dead person. How the hell did Hannah not know this? If Julia Lang was dead, you would assume that her cousin would be one of the first people to learn about this? I guess not.
Where
the
are
bizarre
you?
death of Julia Lang.
Ah,
so
fuck.
does that mean that this person that came to visit her is just like a ghost? Or did she die when she was upstairs recording
Scanning
herself?
ahead.
Please explain something to me, movie. So then she finds this video of Julia dead online. And she watches it and she just like looks at the camera. Hannah's just like, oh my god.
I got the
It's
spike.
so scary.
Alarm bot out.
So Hannah goes to Julia's room and she's like, wake up, Julia! And she's not waking up. So Hannah tries to access Julia's computer. She can't log in as Julia, so she logs in as a guest. And then she looks up
There.
Julia Lang again on this computer and finds these dead images a second time. So apparently she's dead. But she's not dead, because she's in bed with an infection.
One enemy remaining.
What's going on?
here.
What's happening? Oh my god, the mystery. So Hannah puts her hand on Julia's face, takes it away, and then it has blood all over it. I don't know what this means. Like, is she seeing things? Is Julia actually dead as a
Don't
corpse
die.
in her
If you
bed
need help
and she's
figuring
just
out
not
how,
seeing it? Is there
just
some
ask.
sort of ghost doing this? What's happening? What is happening? So she goes to wash her hands and oh my god, there's no blood on my hand. Wait, what? Why? It's just like spooky
out.
stuff just to be spooky. So Hannah talks to Trevor and she's like,
Something wrong with her, and I don't know what, but I think it's got something to do with her dark net research. But I must have written down the numbers wrong. I tried Googling it, and I couldn't find it. I wrote it down. Maybe you could have a look at
and
it.
Trevor's
Scanning
like, oh, you
ahead.
can't
I'll find you.
search engines in the dark web. So then Hannah's like, okay, fine. She can't help me leave him. And he's like,
Using sword grenade. Bomb grenade out.
so for whatever reason, this weirdo, Trevor, has access to a chat room that can give access to the dark
Reloading.
net. That's kind of weird. So are you telling me this guy is not involved with the dark net?
Reloading.
And for what reason? I guess she just cares to know. The first chat room she
Reloading.
tries has a gatekeeper.
No more
It's
dreams.
so cheesy. It shows you what's your name? Wrong answer. What's this? Wrong answer.
I'll find you. There.
There.
Wait, to try and get
Last
her to give
player
personal
standing.
information. And she
Spike
falls
down,
for it
B.
Because Hannah is the dumbest person on earth. And at the bottom of the email, it's like, oh, but
One enemy remaining.
with the gatekeeper.
Ah!
So then why did she include the chat rooms with the gatekeepers? So she tries all these different
Wash out
chat
my
rooms. And
keep
eventually
fighting.
she gives her
Rest is
email away
overrated.
to a random person online. Because that's what you always want to do when you're perusing the internet, especially the dark web. He then emails her. She clicks on the link that they send her like an idiot, a complete moron. Like, have you ever used a computer in your life? Like, how the fuck it's mind-boggling. How her computer isn't already
are
like
mine.
riddled with malware is beyond me. Trevor even told her not to give away any personal
You want to
information.
play? Let's
Okay,
play.
thank you. I'll just give him my stuff. Here's my email. This dark web guy then calls her, tells her that Julia's boyfriend is dead.
Found them.
Boyfriend.
There, take them!
That's kind of weird because
Last player
she's not
standing.
dead now.
Spike down A. Flawless.
Was this selfie?
Match point.
What's going on? So Hannah tries to call Julia's boyfriend's cell phone.
Hi, my name's Hannah. I was just wondering if I could speak to Mark.
Turret out!
Excuse me?
They don't say that he's missing, but she acts like she has found out that he was dead. Hannah looks up and Julia is awake suddenly. It's so stupid. Honestly, this part just made me laugh. Like, look at her just sitting there, smiling. I know it's supposed to be creepy, but it's so dumb. Why is she awake all of a sudden?
Spike down B.
She back to sleep. So Trevor randomly calls her at this exact moment. So Hannah answers and he's like,
I need you to come over.
Get out of my way!
if she had this
Last player standing.
assume that she would want some real security.
Defenders
around her.
win.
Especially
നമ്മളെങ്ങനെ എല്ലാരും ചത്തത്?
So Trevor comes over and
I don't
now
know
he
about that.
decides to tell Hannah about the black rooms and the red rooms. You'd assume that he would tell her this before, you know, sending the email, because this is kind of crucial information. So apparently a red room is when a bunch of people on the darknet sit around and watch something horrible happen to someone. And the black room is when you participate in something horrible that's happening, that the people in the red rooms are watching online. And apparently Julia entered a black room by accident. Trevor hacks into Julia's computer and they find the video Selfie from Hell Part 2. Oh my goodness. Spooky. So in this video, Julia's like, oh, well, I did some digging and it led me to the darknet and I met this guy named Fear Eater and it turns out that he's a bad guy. I shouldn't have trusted him, she says. I shouldn't have trusted someone named Fear Eater. And yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Fear Eater? That's cringe. And come on, what are the odds that Julia and Hannah just happened to stumble across the same exact person on the darknet? What?
He knew exactly what he was doing when he gave us the URL to the black room.
Yeah, no shit. You meet some sketch-ass guy named Fear Eater, and he gives
Wow,
you a link to
Nabis
something.
live
Oh, I
in
wonder if we
YouTube.
should
Just
click
subscribe
on
my
it.
channel.
These people are so stupid. It's just a 7-year-old would have more common sense than these adults. It's laughable. I have to board a flight. I'm going to meet him, she says. Yeah, that's what you should do. Don't go to the police. Don't try and get protection for yourself. She says, oh, he promised he'd help save Mark. Like, what? Why would you believe this guy? I'm baffled how stupid Julia is.
I'm afraid. I can't trust him.
I'm afraid I can't trust him. No shit! No shit! You dumb bitch! Okay, this next part is so stupid. And then she says, if you ever find yourself in a black room, no matter what, do not watch all 13 selfies. I think she misspoke. I think she meant to say, do not take 13 selfies, because why would you watch all 13 selfies? I'm very confused by that. If you take the 13 selfies and your screen cracks, then that means you're in trouble.
Something evil has already set his eyes on you.
That means that the selfie man is after you. But it only happens if you get invited to a black room and you take 13 selfies in your screen cracks. It's very important for all those steps to be taken. Why does this happen? Nobody fucking knows. Like, there's literally zero explanation to why this happens. I guess 13's an evil number because of Friday the 13th. That's the only real connection I can make to it. So Trevor spends the night at Hannah's place. Hannah wakes up in the middle of the night to see Julia floating above her. So Trevor is sleeping downstairs.
I can't
but
close the
somehow
settings
he gets
menu
to
on my
Hannah's
bracer.
room in
How do I-
like 1
Oh,
second.
got it.
He hears her scream and he's instantly in the room. He instantly gets there. Trevor was probably just like chilling outside her room this whole time, you know, hoping that she would like text him and be like, "Come in, I want to snuggle," because he's so thirsty. So they finally bring Julia to the emergency room, even though she was practically in a coma this whole time, and apparently her organs were failing.
Her organs, they're failing. They don't know what the cause is.
So thank God she did this creepy shit or she'd be dead. I mean, according to the internet, she already is dead. But I don't know what's going on anymore. They say that she probably won't make it till the morning.
So for anyone who's
Hannah was
watching
at least
Noob's Live is
1%
live,
responsible.
ഞാൻ സ്ട്രീം ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നേരെ
She
Noob's
brought
Live
her to the
ലേക്ക് പോവാ.
emergency room right away.
ഭാഗ്യമുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ Noob's
Something
Live നിങ്ങളെ
about
call out
this
ചെയ്യും.
weird ass doctor just says, "Oh, she has an infection. Okay, bye." So then Trevor's like, "Oh, do you want to go in and say goodbye to your cousin that's dying? And she probably won't make it till the morning." And Hannah's like, "Lol, no."
വീണു.
You think I care about her? I just let her sit in my bed for like 3 days straight when she was clearly not feeling well. Hannah then tells Trevor that he has to leave.
Last
for
player
whatever
standing.
reason. But why though? Why would you want him to leave? You would assume you'd want some sort of protection right now. If all this crazy shit is happening and someone over the darknet is doing weird shit, I need to be alone right now because
One enemy remaining.
Please be alone right now.
अरे भाई तू
Like,
तो
there's
प्रो
literally
दिखला
no
रहे
other
मेरे दोस्त.
reason. Obviously, she would want to be with someone right now.
ओपी
I will put
Why
their
would she ask
Viper
him to
down
leave
at his
after
mercy.
ഓ എന്റെ മോനെ എന്റെ മോനെ Noob's Live എന്നെ കമന്റ് ചെയ്തു. നൈസ് നൈസ് ഐ മേക്കിംഗ് ഗുഡ് ഇംപ്രഷൻസ്. Noob's Live റാഫായേൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു അപ്പുറത്ത്.
He asks for her address and promises not to hurt her, even though he didn't even need her address because he breaks into her place. Was he just asking to see if she would
Let
give
us
it to
hunt.
him? And for whatever reason, she still doesn't call the police. Hannah just does not like the police.
Revealing area.
My life's in danger. Oh shit!
There they
But,
are.
yeah,
Take flight.
Police, no, probably not. So she accidentally ports it and draws a
अरे भाई इधर बैठा
smiley
है.
into it. Stupid. And then the selfie ghost thing makes it into a frown. And then she looks at it again, and it's an arrow. And she looks at the arrow. And oh my god! It's breaking into my place. Thanks, selfie man, for
भाई मेरा बता
showing
देने
me
के
the direction where he was breaking in.
भाई
Very
मेरा
helpful.
बता देने
Why
क्या
would
था.
the ghost do
और
this?
वो
Was that Julia's ghost doing that? I don't know.
और
She
वो
escapes
भाई
into the
मेरा
basement,
बदला
and
लेने
then
गया
Julia
था.
pops up on
तेल
his
डाला यार
screen
रेना ने.
and tells her to run. So I guess it was Julia's ghost. So Julia is dead
Arbor, my
then.
big
Great.
fan.
Hannah gets tased. This is a really powerful taser and it knocks her out. So she wakes up and she's tied up. Fear Eater starts taking selfies of Hannah. Even though they aren't
Enemy down.
technically selfies because he's taking them. But who knows the real rules? Apparently someone else
30
can take
seconds
your selfies
left.
for you and
He
it can
fucked
be
up.
a
He fucked
recording.
up.
You can record
Spike planted.
13 of them. If
Nice
you take
try.
13, you die
AK-47
for
भाई क्या
whatever
था?
reason. It comes
आप
across
क्या
so
कर रहे
silly
हो?
when
Plan
Fear
नहीं
Eater
हुआ?
is describing the selfie man guy. He's like,
Sometimes it takes
कोई ना
hours
कोई
before you
ना
have
होता रहता है.
But I do know that he gets you immediately once you take his 13 selfies.
so is he gonna kill you anyway? Do you not have to take the selfies? Or do the selfies just like
Raze,
speed up the process?
you always
know?
work to
You
lift
take
our
13 of them
spirits.
and then he gets you immediately.
Thank
but if
you.
you don't take 13, then he just kind of takes his time, you know? Then he gets you in a couple hours or a couple days. That makes no fucking sense. So Fear Eater explains to Hannah that when he found out about Selfie Man, he searched lots of forums to try and find the black room featuring the cursed selfies.
And when I finally found
Thanks.
the black room, even I
At your
was
command,
too afraid to look at
Flintstone.
all the pictures.
So when Julia said, "Don't watch the selfies" earlier, did she actually mean don't watch the selfies? Is it just like a live stream of 13 selfies on loop? Is that what Fear Eater showed Hannah earlier? There aren't any concrete rules, you know? It's so frustrating.
Scanning ahead. Fully smoked.
So Trevor,
Stim beacon
being
here.
the weirdo that he is, you know, he decides to
Shot
break
gun.
into Hannah's place, and wow, it's in a really dire situation. He got there just in time. He Oh, thanks, Trevor. Even though you're creepy as shit, what if Fear Eater wasn't even there? That means you would have just broken into a place. I'd be like, what the fuck? I guess. Wait, was he just really concerned about it? Freak her out even more by breaking in?
We have to search his He's been researching for years. He must
Last player
So then
standing.
Trevor's like, oh my god, it's not a server. This whole thing is running on a cell phone. Trevor explains that he watched the selfies.
One enemy remaining.
No charges
Whose
left.
selfies are they? I can't
Careful
believe
now.
I'm trying to make sense out of a movie. A ghost that kills you
Yes,
if you look at
Sophie.
selfies or take them. Or
Last
It's a
round in
stupid
the half.
premise. I can't believe this exists. They triangulate the cell phone and then they go to that location and it's in this dark, creepy warehouse with no lights. Because it's always got to be in a dark, creepy warehouse with no lights. So they look around for a while and eventually they find a photo album and a video camera. On this video camera, it's this doctor and he's talking to this patient.
मेरे समझ जाओ भाई मारेगा.
And apparently he's catatonic. And he randomly wakes up and he starts doing all this ghost shit. Flinging him around the room and the camera
Scanning
goes
ahead.
crazy. So who is that? Was that Selfie Man? Was that Fear Eater? I guess we'll never know. It's all a mystery. In this photo album, there's a bunch of selfies of this goth dude with a bunch of people. I'm guessing that's the serial killer guy. I don't know. So they finally get to the location of the cell phone. Trevor calls the number and they hear it up in the ceiling. And they're like, what the hell?
Let's go here.
Precision kill.
And then a body falls.
अरे भाई मार दिया रे.
Someone or something stuck him and his cell
Last
phone.
player standing.
So did he hang himself
Spike
first?
down
And
A.
stuck him up there? Did someone force him to end himself? Was
अरे
Fear
nice
Eater
try.
involved in this at
Dark
all?
player
Is this
OP.
goth guy the
OP
selfie man?
game.
Is this how it all started?
खेला.
Because he
Switching
took 13
sides.
selfies with
അങ്ങനെ
random
കിട്ടിയുള്ളൂ
people? I'm just trying so hard to put these pieces together in my mind because this movie doesn't help me at all. And how did the body fall from the ceiling? Did the phone vibration make it fall? It's so stupid. So Hannah touches the hanged man's lips.
Oh, by the way, ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ കൂട്ടുകാരൻ്റെ റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻ്റെ പേരിൽ ഞാൻ മറ്റേ ഗെക്കി നൂഡിൽസ് വാങ്ങി
So then the
നിസ്സിൻ്റെ.
selfie man ghost comes out of nowhere. and
It's actually good. It's good for people who
really,
don't
really
eat
bad
spice
CGI.
actually.
It's just-
Because
it's
the
so
എനിക്ക് വലിയ
terrible.
സ്പൈസി ആയിട്ട് തോന്നിയില്ല.
And then Trevor's like, "Oh my God,
And
who
this
attacked
is I'm
Hannah?" So
saying
then he
this
starts taking
because
selfies of himself to fuck
ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ
himself
അനിയത്തിക്ക്
up.
ഉണ്ടാക്കി കൊടുത്തതിന്
How
ശേഷം
does Trevor
ആ
know
സെയിം ലിക്വിഡിൽ
to
കുറച്ച്
take
വെള്ളം
selfies of
ഇട്ടിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ
himself
എനിക്ക് വേണ്ടി
to
ഉണ്ടാക്കിയത്.
find the
Like
selfie man?
adding
Trevor
extra
told me
oil and
this. He did
so
watch Julia's
I guess
YouTube
spice
video.
levels,
She's like,
it
"Well,
was
don't
not
look
that
at
spicy.
taking selfies." But she didn't say anything
But-
about taking 13 selfies.
But
Maybe he
it's a very
overheard
good
Fear
deed
Eater
for
talking
non-spice
about it.
enjoyers because
So then
immediately
Hannah's
after
like,
you
"Oh,
eat
I
it,
just woke up
like
and I somehow
it's gone. The
survived
entire
that attack, so
any
what I'm gonna
heat that
immediately do
it
when I wake up
originally
is
had,
take a
it's gone
selfie."
completely.
Spike down A.
So idiotic. Like, why don't you try to escape? Run away. Why are you taking a selfie? What? So then the hanged man wakes up randomly. He uses the force, basically,
Chal
to
hut.
pull Trevor
Chal
towards
hut,
him,
behan
and he
ki
starts
lodi.
choking
Chal
Trevor.
hut,
Hannah
behan
runs up and
ki
tries to
lodi.
free him.
ban
The
aagi
hanged
bikki.
man's like,
Wow,
okay, I guess I'll start choking you
The
now. So he lets
demonetization.
go of Trevor and starts choking Hannah. The hanged man lets go of her at the last second, and then just goes back to his
Revealing
normal dead
area.
self. Okay
Bhai, kidhar hai,
then,
bhai?
why is the selfie man not killing them? She took the 13th selfie. What's with all this foreplay? I don't understand. And
planted.
then there's this random scene of Julia and Hannah at a picnic. Apparently it's a dream, but it's very confusing for the viewer because the last time we saw Hannah, she wasn't asleep. So Trevor comes out of nowhere. Trevor's just like,
One enemy remaining.
he's like, oh hey. So he walks
Mar
up
gaya
and,
nubda.
and they have a kiss. And then he turns into the hangman. And then we get an
Defuse the
awful
spike.
voiceover. That's like,
You know when you push to the other side, you cannot be saved.
It'll be a lot.
but if he's pulled you to the other side, doesn't the other side
They demand
indicate
a fight.
death?
Who
So
are
if
we
you're
to
already
disobey?
dead, then how will it be a long and painful death? Does it just keep like reincarnating you? Does it just keep bringing you back to life and killing you over and over, like it did with the hangman? I guess that would kind of be a long and
In
painful
apparently
death,
ഉത്രാടപ്പാച്ചില് എനിക്ക് വയ്യ
But okay then. Okay, so after watching the movie twice, which sucked already, I think I finally understand what's going on, kind of. So there's this random serial killer that they show at the end in the videotape.
Scanning
I'm
ahead.
assuming he's the guy in the photo album, and he took selfies with the people that he murdered,
on the
and there's 13 of them, and then he killed himself.
Hey!
And so he became the selfie man that made it so if you take 13 selfies, or look at the selfies, or record yourself, there's really no concrete rules, but if you do get silence, you come out of nowhere. And it's very important that you go to Darknet and go into a back room, and then your phone screen cracks. It's very important for all these steps that you take. It's so bad. Speaking of creepy stuff, you can go to alienclothing.com.
One enemy remaining.
Really interesting and creepy clothing over there that you might like. And thank you to all my patrons for keeping this channel alive. I love you guys so much. If you guys know of any other really awful horror movies that I should review, put them in the comment section down below, and I might check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
New fight, new tactics, keep it fresh, yeah?
Need a drop. Thanks. हो नहीं पाया
ഞാനൊരു ഗുഡ്
ये
സമാർ
लोग इधर ही आएगा लेकिन हम लोग उधर रहो कल दे दूंगा ठीक है हम लोग को कॉल दे दूंगा
So I typed in make a baby. First of all,
ये घुस के आएगा देखो ना
All these murders were performed by the
Revealing area.
Smiley, who wears a mask.
No, did we just kill somebody? Did I just kill somebody?
भाई उधर से नहीं आना उधर बंदे जाएगा मारो उधर मारो
something's been awakened. It's like something.
Deploying drone.
He chased me and he got me.
Spike down B.
Pilot's ready. Have you thought about that? Like, oh my god, my child. Open up the sky.
Chuck that.
One enemy remaining.
You're the best. Satchel out.
भाई मारना भाई तू भी मर गया क्या भाई तू भी मर गया ये M3
Scanning ahead.
क्या करता है रे M3 तू
മോനെ entertainer
Asked me to make a review on the movie Smiley.
Someone spot
And
me.
apparently this is a horror movie with a bunch of YouTubers in it.
Are you serious? Oh, it's amazing. I mean, that's terrible, obviously, but
Shane Dawson,
भाई आप लोग
Damascus,
ये
and a
खत्म
bunch
होने
of
के
other
बाद
ones.
आप लोग ना
So
सब्सक्राइब कर
I'm
देना
very excited
सब्सक्राइब
to
बढ़ जाएगा
see. I bet it's great because you know YouTubers and movies, they have a really great
Hmm,
track
that's
record.
it,
This movie was
ऐसे ही
released in
आप करोगे तो भाई
2012
जरूर
and
एक
it
बार
has
खेलेंगे
some
ना
glowing reviews online.
Scanning ahead.
Surprisingly enough, this movie stars Caitlin Gerard, who is a relatively successful actress. She was in Insidious, The Last Key. She was in a movie called The Wind.
Deploying drone.
Pretty good. Smiley is uploaded in its entirety on YouTube, so if you want to, you can go watch it for free. And a lot of people commented on the movie saying like, oh, Shane Dawson was the best part about the movie. I mean, I'm only here because of Shane. You know, a bunch of stuff like that. Strange how times change. Shane is not as beloved as he used to be. It was directed by Michael J. Gallagher, the same guy who made the amazing The Thinning movies. Remember those? With
Spike
Logan
down
Paul?
A.
I guess he has an affinity for casting
अबे लौड़ा
YouTubers.
अबे
I also want to add
यार
that he made something called I Hate My Selfie Too.
Revealing area. Found them.
Spike
Don't want to say
planted.
that Michael J. Gallagher is the director and
Last player standing.
I do remember seeing something
आइए
Smiley online in 2012. Most of the movies, it's pretty memorable.
One enemy remaining.
Not in the movie, he has a face
अरे
like
भाई
well
क्या था भाई
played
his
भाई
eyes together and cut his smile open.
Why do they call him Smiley?
Clutch.
ആ ഓയില് പക്ഷെ ഭയങ്കര സ്പൈസി ആണ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത്
Defenders win.
Yeah, that's not how you get a face like that. This is basically
Smells
just like
like
wearing
victory.
someone's skin after cutting holes in it. I'm not sure where they got that logic from. Despite the fact he
ആ
looks very
എന്ത്
creepy,
ഹീറ്റിംഗ്
he
അവിടെ
might
അവൻ
be the
ജസ്റ്റ്
dumbest
സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് എന്നല്ലേ
horror
ചോദിച്ചുള്ളൂ
villain in
സബ്സ്ക്രൈബിൾ
existence. Guess how he
എനിക്ക്
kills you?
ഗരീബ് എന്നൊക്കെ
Well, you
വിളിക്കണത്
go onto a site called Hide and Go Chat.
ഞാൻ
which is
പേഴ്സണലി ഇത്
basically
കണ്ടോൺ
like
ചെയ്യത്തില്ല
Omegle, but
Accessories
obviously they
ആണ്.
couldn't use Omegle, and you just talk to
പുതിയ
random
ആക്സസറീസ് വന്നോ
people, and if you
ഇല്ല ഇത്
wanna
എത്ര
kill
ദിവസമായി
them,
ഇങ്ങനെ
you
ഓ
write
ആക്ട്
3 times
തീരുന്നുണ്ട്
in the chat, and I quote, I did it for the lulz. You write that 3 times in the chat, and then he comes out of nowhere
Match
and kills
found.
the person that you're watching. I did it for the lulz. Lulz. You know this movie's so in with the times. Back in 2012, it was really cool, like internet talk back then. The lulz.
സ്പ്ലിറ്റില് സോവ
You type, I did it for the
ഇത് ഒന്നുമല്ല ഇത് ദ ഫക്ക് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു മലയാള സ്ട്രീമർ പറഞ്ഞതാണ് സ്പ്ലിറ്റിൽ ഒരു സോവ വേണം ലൈക്ക് പ്രിറ്റി മച്ച് എൻ്റെ കുറേ പിക്സ് ഒക്കെ ലൈക്ക് ഇങ്ങേരുടെ അഡ്വൈസ് കാരണം ഫിക്സ്ഡ് ആണ്. സ്പ്ലിറ്റിൽ ഞാൻ സോവോ മാത്രം കളിക്കുന്നത്, സ്കൈ ഞാൻ ബ്രീസിൽ ഞാൻ സ്കൈ മാത്രം കളിക്കുന്നത് ഒക്കെ ലൈക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു പറഞ്ഞാണ് ഒരു ഇത് വെച്ചിട്ട്. മേ ബി മെറ്റ മാറുന്നതനുസരിച്ച് മാറുമായിരിക്കും. ബട്ട് ഫോർ മീ പേഴ്സണലി എനിക്ക് ആ ഹീറോസ് ആണ്, ഏജൻസ് ആണ് എനിക്കതിൽ കളിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. അറിയത്തില്ല അങ്ങേരെ കണ്ടിട്ട് ഭയങ്കര അങ്ങേരെ ലൈക്ക് ഇടയ്ക്ക് വെച്ച് മറ്റെന്തോന്ന് ബ്രെയിൻസ് വിൻ ഗെയിംസ് എന്നോ അങ്ങനെ എന്തോ പറഞ്ഞൊരു സെഗ്മെന്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ലൈക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് ഒക്കെ അനലൈസ് ചെയ്ത് ഒരു പ്ലേ എങ്ങനെ കളിക്കണം, ലൈക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കമ്പറ്റീറ്റീവ് FPS എങ്ങനെ കളിക്കണം എന്നല്ല. ലൈക്ക് ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ലൈക്ക് ഹൗ ഡു യു ഗെറ്റ് ബെറ്റർ അറ്റ് Valorant, it's more like how do you apply yourself better at the game, like kind of thing. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു കുറച്ച് എപ്പിസോഡ്സ് I guess കുറച്ച് വീഡിയോസ് അങ്ങനെ അങ്ങനത്തെ ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്തായിരുന്നു. ലൈക്ക് ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ബെനിഫിഷ്യൽ ഫോർ പീപ്പിൾ ഹു വാണ്ട് ടു ഇംപ്രൂവ് ദ ഗെയിം. ബട്ട് yeah, let's just say it's your താല്പര്യങ്ങൾ, I guess.
To the party, and there's this guy there who loves the word retard. He says it a bunch in this movie. Retarded. So I'm just gonna call him retard. He literally says, "Is God strange or retarded?"
So is God strange or retarded?
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird scenes where they try and be philosophical.
And that the tiniest, most infinitesimal change in the weight of just one type of subatomic particle, any kind of particle, would mean no universe.
In a movie about a serial killer that'll kill you if you type "I did it for the lulz" 3 times. And let's just ignore the fact that saying something or typing something 3 times is played out, it's tired.
Bye-bye, me.
You say his name 5 times.
Candyman.
Bloody Mary.
You gotta say my name 3 times.
Stop doing this. Beetlejuice did it, and it was interesting and unique when Beetlejuice did it, but now it's not cool. So just don't do that anymore, please.
Now take them out.
So yeah, Ashley meets Shane Dawson at this party, and he plays a character named Bender.
What's up? I'm Bender.
Yeah, that's a strange name. I've never heard that name before in my life. I guess they just decided to give him a weird name because he's playing a weirdo, you know, like a nerd, a nerdy guy. And then the other guys at the party start calling him Pedo Bear.
What are you doing here, Pedo Bear?
You're Pedo Bear?
No.
Pedo Bear!
Remember Pedo Bear? Like the meme? And to call Shane Dawson Pedo Bear. Of all people.
This child is probably 6 years old, and she shows me her Instagrams, which are like, first of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but she's
Revealing area.
What the fuck is this? Oh, okay.
Shotgun.
What are you doing, Pedo Bear?
Good job, Lucy!
Fuck, ഞാൻ flash.
statistics, and I have a lot of child molesters watching, so can you please eat a cocktail with me?
Pedo Bear!
That's slow.
Spike planted.
Here.
What? Okay.
Weapon here.
This movie didn't age well.
Last player standing.
Oh, wasn't the shot?
We get to see the
Nice
same
shot.
beginning of the movie.
Their death demands our
It happens
attention.
again. We see it from the guy's perspective who killed him.
ആരാ ആദ്യം പോയി ചത്തത്? പൊട്ടൻ. എന്തിനാണ് അവരെ നമ്മളെ പുഷ് ചെയ്യണം? നമ്മൾ അവരെ പുഷ് ചെയ്ത് എന്ത് കിട്ടാൻ പോണ്? ലൈക്ക് ശരി പോസ്റ്റ് പ്ലാന്റോ ലൈക്ക് ഒരു ഫ്ലാങ്ക് സിറ്റുവേഷനോടെ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡബിൾ. പൊട്ടനാണ് വെറുതെ എന്നെ സൈറ്റിൽ ഒറ്റക്കാക്കി. ഞാനോ ചെയ്യും. ഇവർക്ക് ആസ്ട്രോനെ കൊല്ലുന്നില്ലൂടെ എനിക്ക് അസിസ്റ്റ് ഭയങ്കര ഹൈപ്പർ അഗ്രസീവ്. എന്റെ റിവ്യൂൽ ആരും കണ്ടത് പോലും ഇല്ല.
People are inherently evil, and yeah, he's a big demon. I guess that would make him a boomer. So actually, the smiling thing is real. So they go on to this anonymous chat room, find a
Spike down.
Oh, nice.
One enemy remaining.
Here, Spike spotted
Then
A.
we get another scene in the classroom. So
Blocking
Turner
sight.
is just as kooky as ever.
Now that we have this
What do we do next? I test it, girl.
Reloading.
Dawson. Sorry, Binder. Yeah, his name's Binder. I'm just gonna call him Shane Dawson, okay?
Now they have a
Shane
reason
reveals to
to be
Ashley
afraid.
that the other guys call him Pedo Bear because he reported child porn that they posted online because he didn't think it was funny.
Smiley's part of the reason they don't like me. Like when I reported the child porn they posted on B. I just don't think stuff like that is ever funny.
So they started calling him Pedo, but they were the ones that posted it. That makes sense. What was that? He doesn't think it's funny.
I don't know. I just don't think stuff like that is ever funny.
I said, oh, this is funny, and I put it on.
Scanning ahead.
Here's my justification for pedophilia.
Who's
So
next?
why is it
There
that
they are.
somebody looks at Google's like naked baby on Google and goes back to it?
Enemy
I said,
spotted
oh,
B.
this is
Top
funny,
duck.
and I put it on.
Deploying drone.
I like that chocolate that Mimi. It's also
Shauna, I really want her to have a chance.
Spike planted.
And, like, she doesn't know what she's
There.
doing. She doesn't know how to make a video. She doesn't
Stay down.
It's like all the evil around the internet found one place to hide, and where it's invited. I don't know. I just don't think stuff like that is ever funny.
Could have fooled me. So they go to another party.
Revealing
and Ashley
area.
reveals to retard that they had someone killed.
Taken out.
Last
Please,
player
please,
standing.
please, why?
Or was it? Or was it a dream?
Last round before the switch.
If it wasn't a dream, Smiley must have picked her up and put her into her bed, all snuggled up under the covers, and left her there. Very nice of him. This movie has some of the worst jump scares I've ever seen, with a really obnoxious, like,
എൻ്റെ ഇന്നലത്തെ ഗെയിം ഭയങ്കര ഇതായിരുന്നു പക്ഷെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഗെയിം കൊള്ളില്ല ബട്ട് എനിവേസ്
cool. And then there's some more
Jet,
classroom
fly
scenes. Because those are invigorating and have a lot to do with the plot.
Revealing
Except
area.
They don't. Like, at all. They could have cut, like, all of the classroom scenes, and it would have ultimately been the same movie. I will give it props that it's very similar to being in a real college classroom, as long as it's a class that you don't care about, because I couldn't help but zone out half the time.
You know, the physical laws of the universe are specific. And that the tiniest, most infinitesimal change in the weight of just one type of subatomic particle, any kind of particle, would mean no difference.
Everything
are divided!
in one ear.
Defeated.
Didn't matter. We talk about the purpose of mankind and everything. It's like, why? This
Deploying drone.
Reloading.
I don't care about the purpose of mankind right now. It's just
Scanning
empty
ahead.
air. This movie's only an hour and a half to begin with. So they're like filling it up with stuff just to make it into a feature-length film. This should have been like a half-hour short. I must admit that this movie did something very well. It reminded me how much
Are
I
they
hated
going-
school.
eh.
And something that I wish I had during these really long lectures.
30
are
seconds left.
discreet air.
Last player
fuck,
standing.
yeah, sound കേട്ടാണ്
For sponsoring this video. Raycon makes some of the best earbuds on the market, and they start at about half the price of other premium audio
Spike
brands.
planted.
I use them every single day when I walk my dogs, but you can use them for whatever you want, whether it be working out, listening to podcasts, music. They're great for pretty much anything. I love them because there's no jangly bits. You can probably tell you're wearing them. Best model yet. With up to 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact
Switching
design.
sides.
You just can't go wrong.
നാളെ കുറച്ച് പണിയെടുക്കണം
They come in a bunch of different colors. Click the link at the top of the description. Go to buyraycon.com/LSC to get 15% off your order. Thank you so much to Raycon for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. Now back to your regular scheduled making fun of Google's online thing you're doing. Later, Ashley goes on 4chan to find the smiley kill videos. Because of course they would be on 4chan. Where else would they be? So then Ashley talks to Smiley online. And he's like, hey, you want me to come over? I'm sure it'll be a great time. And she's like, nah. And then he goes, too bad. I'm coming over anyway. This is the cheesiest horror villain ever. Like, I preferred the drone
Scanning ahead.
from the drone movie. Yeah, he was better than Smiley. Because at least he didn't kill for the lulz. So yeah, then we get the scene of Ashley meeting up with her weird-ass teacher.
Shut down.
Enemy spotted B.
They talk about a bunch of meaningless stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with the movie.
We were talking about in class the other day about computers being conscious.
Healing you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Frankly, I think it's more likely that we'll all just kill each other before something interesting occurs.
Nuclear weapons.
Or biowebans or nanomachines or just plain old resource depletion. What is it?
I'm rotating.
The perfect expression of nihilism. You know what I'm talking about. No? I did it for the...
Hello?
Rotating. Yeah, I did it for the rotating.
You serious?
Is that why you're here, Ashley? Do you want to do something?
Brother, you wanna heal?
Healing you. 30 seconds left.
Is that why you're here, Ashley? Do you want to do it for the lulz? So, the script is pretty great.
Revealing area.
And she sees smiling in a
Enemy
mirror.
Problem
Smiling in
solved.
this movie is just non-stop bad dreams and hallucinations. There's a bunch of them.
10 seconds
Lots
left.
of all over the place, but never real. Just summoned online. And then you see him for like 1 second. That's
Ah! A headshot only, what?
it's a pretty
Last player standing.
Oh shit, man.
yeah, they basically just make fun of her.
You need to see a psychiatrist.
So the police tell Ashley that she is one of many people that called in about Smiley. And she's the first one that they took seriously enough to see her in person.
And
Match
nobody's
point.
called in about
will it
Smiley.
be?
Oh, we've had a few calls.
Have any
about
patterns
this spy
emerged yet?
character.
Let's
But
go
yours is
here.
the first one that we've taken seriously enough to have this talk.
But then they completely contradict themselves right afterwards when they show her a video of her freaking bashing the computer in the library. And they do this as a way to like dismiss her claims as crazy. So why did they see her
Trust in
again?
my
To humiliate her by showing her this video? They also tell her that there have been no bodies
Scanning
that
ahead.
have been found connected to the Smiley crimes.
You haven't found a single body.
Barrier
We
deployed.
find bodies all the time. We just haven't found one that fit the description.
And then the cop goes, I'm not going to press charges
Reloading.
against you
Weapon
for
here.
wasting our
Wonderful.
time.
So we're not going to press charges against you for wasting our time.
But you just said that she was the first person you was seriously enough to see. Clearly that wasn't true. You're wasting your own time at this point. If you knew about this video beforehand, and if you knew that there weren't any bodies,
Hey, brother, friend of the market.
why bother using her in the first place?
But yours is the first one that we've taken seriously enough to have this talk.
So then Ashley and Shane hang out. Shane's like a
Last
loser,
player
I
standing.
guess.
Oh, nice try, nice try.
Defenders win.
I ended up match. Unfortunately, Dungeon Master never gave me princess.
Oh, in that game too bad. In that game too bad. Too bad. Too bad game.
And they kiss, and it's very awkward. There's zero chemistry. I wish that they would stop kissing. Please stop. So Ashley, her friend, and Retard were all supposed to have a video chat, but Retard didn't show up. So Ashley goes to Retard's house. Instead of turning on the light, she walks around with a flashlight because they gotta keep the movie spooky somehow. And apparently Smiley wrote, "I did it for the lulz" on the wall. God. Imagine if the Smiley character was real. Everybody on
Match found.
So then Ashley finds Retard dead on the floor. Ashley sees his gun there, so she picks it up and leaves with it. She calls the police in hysterics about finding a dead person, and they just laugh at her.
Ah, Miss Brooks. Is this another one of your friends from cyberspace?
Wow. So Ashley goes on a computer and starts talking to her roommate, and she tells her roommate to type "do it for the lulz" 3 times in chat. And her plan is to shoot Smiley when he shows up. So her friend does this, and Ashley shoots him right when he opens the door. Doesn't try verifying who it is, just shoots the first person that walks in. And it just happened to be Shane, not Smiley.
Hello,
so
people.
she shot Shane. He's lying there, dying. She walks up to him and they're talking, and Smiley pops up out of nowhere and cuts Shane's throat right in front of Ashley. She didn't see him coming. How is that possible? She was right there. So yeah, Smiley chases her upstairs. Actually, the Smileys chase her upstairs because there's a bunch of them. They corner her. And she just jumps out the window. I'm not sure why the Smileys have spandex covering their faces. They look way creepier without the spandex on them. But I guess it doesn't hurt to put a mask. Yeah, in the big twist, everyone was in, regardless of it not being a fresh idea. It's also very stupid. And when I mean everyone, I mean everyone. Shane, her roommate, retard.
Wait a minute. ഞാൻ ഒരു കാര്യം ആലോചിക്കട്ടെ. ഞാൻ ബാൽപാസ് തീർത്തല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ എന്തിനാ ഗ്രൈൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഐ ഗെസ് മറ്റേ ഇതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് മേ ബി ഇതും കൂടെ കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിർത്താം. മേ ബി ഞാൻ എപെക്സിലേക്ക് ചാടാം. അതാന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു നല്ലത്. എത്ര നേരമായി ഞാൻ സ്ട്രീം ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട്? ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് വൺ. എപെക്സിലേക്ക് കുറച്ച് വേണ്ടി ചാടാം.
People that try and fake big they planned this so meticulously that they gave Shane a fake neck and a bulletproof vest that will like have blood spurt out, or this gun has
കണ്ണിൽ പെട്ടോളേ ഞാൻ സൈഡിൽ നിന്നോളാം, ഞാൻ സൈഡിൽ പുറകെ വന്നോളാം. കണ്ണിൽ പെട്ടോളെ ഞാൻ സൈഡിൽ നിന്നോളാം, സൈഡിൽ പുറകെ
just in case. They did all of this just to convince one person that Smiley is what a waste of time and effort. Wouldn't they want to do something more grand, you know? And why aren't they like really upset
Where are you from?
that Ashley just jumped out of the window?
I can find your heart.
It was an accident. We're still calling it for anonymous.
Wouldn't they want her to stay
Letter problem. What the fuck?
What?
Of Smiley? And if it was an
No,
accident,
never mind.
then what were they planning on doing?
Launching smoke.
You say you don't trust me?
They just gonna leave?
No, that's not what I meant.
Or maybe they would just
Are you sure?
put her to sleep.
Right here. See
Bye
ya.
bye. Bye bye.
Right here.
Spike down B.
Help! Help me! Help! Okay.
Then be ready.
Other than your own sick, perverted enjoyment.
Yeah, nice right by you, bro.
Died, and she was able to
What's
spread
that?
the message of Smiley. Their friends were killed by
Over
Smiley
there.
in front of this girl, so they would have to keep the actor. Right?
One enemy remaining.
In order to keep up the story, and
All enemies
Nice,
accounted
nice
for.
one.
would have to remain
We
dead
got this, we got this.
in their area of people.
ഹൈ ക്രോസ് അല്ലേ? ഇത്ര ഇത് ചെയ്യണോ?
Just keep it up.
People are ultimately
Rah.
dead.
Rah.
So how about you?
I just don't understand
Brah.
their logic. It makes no sense. If you knew the plan, then why would you ever decide to be one of the victims of
ഞാൻ ആക്ച്വലി നിർത്താം. ഞാൻ ഈപെക്സ് കളിക്കാൻ പോവാം. കാരണം എന്തായാലും ഞാൻ ബാൽപാസ് തീർത്തു. മറ്റേ സാധനം എന്തായാലും പതുക്കെ കിട്ടാനും പോകണുള്ളൂ. എനിക്ക് വല്ല ധൃതിയും ഇല്ല കിട്ടിയിട്ട്. മറ്റേ കിങ്ഡം പോയിന്റ്സ്. മൈ ബാഡ്.
her door and looked all frightened for no reason? Was she acting? Apparently she was
Out of here.
acting in front of the computer where Ashley could see you because you wanted it to be real. But then why lock her door?
Launching
Wait, Jet,
smoke.
where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia. What about you?
These people are his friends. Called him a pedo bear
Random.
with a bunch of people around.
You're pedo bear?
Spike planted.
Reyna killed.
He's a pedo. I'm not sure that was necessary if their goal was to get
One
Ashley
enemy
to
remaining.
calling him a pedo in front of her. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the best method. There aren't a lot of people that would want to befriend a pedo, but apparently Ashley is accepted.
Last player standing.
Please throw.
Stupid plan. While talking to Ashley,
Barrier deployed.
retard puts in the chat, I did it for the lulz.
Nice.
And Smiley pops up out of nowhere and kills her. Yeah, that was really stupid. Because you just spent this whole time trying to convince me that this
Thanks
whole
for the
time
gun, Chat.
Smiley was entirely made up.
No problem.
Telling me that that's not true and that Smiley is real. Oh.
Everyone makes fun of German
Now I'm very
efficiency.
confused.
Haha.
It's because of the gun, that's why we won.
Alarm bot out.
Yet no answer. Why does it kill people
Mhm.
when you type I did it for the lulz 3 times?
His
I
friend
guess
also
we'll never know. How does he get summoned anyway? He pops up within seconds after someone types it 3 times. So he must be supernatural. Cool. So there's like a random Smiley ghost thing. I can't believe I'm trying to make sense of this movie. Because it's so stupid. And how did she see Smiley in a mirror in that
Smoke's down.
Is that the real Smiley? The hunt begins! As if this is where Smiley escaped from. But if you watch it
Yeah, come
back,
here.
clearly
Yeah,
Smiley
hey.
disappears.
Alright, coming.
So I'm not really sure what they were trying to make you think. Oh yeah, and after the credits, it appears that Ashley is dead. Cool.
You will
I
not
know
kill
exactly
my
where
ally.
you are.
Sequel
Open up the
Bomb
sky!
grenade out.
Stim beacon here.
Placing swarm grenade.
Molly!
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Very nice, very nice. Good job, people.
Oh, and the money. Immortal player. How are they immortal? But anyways. Boosted idea.
Last round in the half.
That's my only assumption actually.
Before it's too late.
Outplayed കാരണമാണ് എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല എൻ്റെ ഗെയിം ഭയങ്കര ലാഗ് ചെയ്യണം ലാഗ്
Limited stock, so if you're interested, you might want to go pick up something quickly. I'm so excited about this new chapter of Alien Clothing. I hope you guys are too. And I gotta thank you guys so much for all the support over the years. It means so much to me. Without you guys, this definitely would have never happened.
Smoke's down.
So much. So yeah, guys, I guess that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you want me to review in the next video. Down below.
Enemy spotted A.
I guess understandable.
Reeling them in.
ഒരാളെ പിടിച്ചോ?
Stim beacon down.
Reloading.
Right here.
Spike planted.
Subscribe to my second channel called Alien Bacon. If you want to see me that stuff.
Last player standing.
In the meantime, don't forget to do it for the lulz.
Sage killed. My ultimate is ready. One down. Oh!
Nice try, nice try.
Yo!
Switching sides.
Now ആണ് ഗെയിമിംഗ്
I'm gonna take one step.
അൾട്ടിമേറ്റ് ഗെയിമിംഗ്
Baby people.
Reloading.
Ut på tur.
Aldrig sur.
Fully smoked. Right here.
Hawk out.
There's one more. There.
Stim
Nice
beacon
one,
down.
One enemy remaining.
You only have 2 shots yet.
Yeah, it's okay. I got this, bro. I got this.
Yeah, you got this.
You have a nice voice, bro.
Targets destroyed. Enemy spotted. Aw, don't you try harder.
Very nice.
Match
Nice round.
point.
Keep taking this seriously, even if they
ഓ
are.
എൻ്റെ മോനെ മഴ അവര് സറണ്ടർ ചെയ്തു വാട്ട്
Attackers win.
Guys.
Have a nice day.
അയ്യേ ഛേ ഞാൻ MVP ഓളയാ MVP you know what 2 TDM കളിക്കാം fuck it TDM അല്ലേ വലിയ സമയം എടുക്കത്തില്ല TDM കളിച്ചിട്ട് എയ്പെക്സ് കയറാം എയ്പെക്സ് വലിയ സമയം എടുക്കണം വെയിറ്റ് ഓ മറ്റേ വീഡിയോ തീർന്നല്ലേ
Match found.
Why do I keep coming across bad horror movies about phones? Kind of reminds me of when I made that video about all the nun movies. They were like four videos I made about nuns in the same year. Well, the same thing is happening now, except with phones. I made a video about the atrocity that was Selfie Man, and then there was Countdown, and now there's this, AMI. Or Amy. For those of you that have seen the movie Her, I highly recommend that movie, by the way. It's very good. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing in that movie. Well, this movie is kind of like Her if you turned Her into a horror movie and made it 1,000 times worse. Take all the dramatization out of it, take all the good character writing out of it, put in some really awful scares. Actually, I don't even think there are any scares in this movie. Like, I can't think of a single time when I actually like, oh wow, oh god, what happened, you know? Strip away the convincing AI. Pretty much everything that made the movie Her good is removed, and they twist it to make it into a horror movie, and they put some killing scenes in there, and that's what you get with this movie. The movie starts with this random girl walking around in pitch blackness, because if there's one thing that we've learned about scary movies, is that they can't be scary.
Oh, Zombie what the shit? What the shit?
As long as the viewer can't see anything.
Zombie പുതിയ എപ്പിസോഡ് വന്നു. മാസവനെയൊക്കെ ഇന്നെ വന്നു. Sobani teno onegai onegai na 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 watashi wa nai de.
His phones are scary. The red light disappears and then she gets attacked.
Pinna yes. Level 1 Maoto 1 room Yusha. Let's go.
Artificial machine intelligence. You know, they had to put the M for machine in the middle to make it into an acronym that sounds like a woman's name. It's very important. Even though artificial intelligence by itself means the exact same thing. But then again, if they took the M out, then it would just be artificial intelligence, which is already a really good movie. They had to avoid being a good movie by putting the M in the middle. And then we're shown a school and a bunch of students, and one of the first lines of dialogue is,
Are we still on for tonight?
Tonight's practice, tomorrow's leg day.
and they were so proud of this line that they put it in the trailer. God. So there's this blonde girl, and her name is Cassie. She's the protagonist in this shit show. So she goes to her boyfriend's football practice with her friend, and her friend's on her phone. And you know that this Amy thing is really dumb, because it did what she asked it to do. It's almost like
Tell me I'm sexy.
Well, obviously, you know, my phone isn't as advanced because it just gave me a video that I can watch instead of actually doing what I asked it to. Clearly, this movie is in the future. So basically, this Amy thing is like Siri, but with a really awful response time. It's weird though, because they call them Amy's, but you can give an Amy a male voice.
Hey, coach.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
So in that case, would it be called a MAT? An MAT for Machine Advanced Technology? See how I did that? It spells out MAT. It's very clever. Huh? I know, brains. Her boyfriend sees her in the stands, but when practice ends, he just kind of ignores her and walks off. Wow. Car accident, so she's mourning her. She's having trouble accepting it. We get to see a picture of her mom on a cross where the accident happened, and she kind of looks like Sia, the singer. Is it just me, or I don't know. Fight. Okay. Cassie went out for a run, and then she finds a random ball on the ground. Could be anyone.
Scanning ahead.
And the phone just starts talking to her as if she's like it's being used or something.
Do you need a friend?
Is there really no security for this? When it senses someone, does it just automatically go, hey, hello?
Oh, ഇത് മറ്റേ സൈഡ് ആണല്ലേ. ഓ, ഞാൻ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു ഈ സൈഡിന് വേണ്ടി കളിക്കുന്നത് ഈ മാപ്പിൽ.
Every single person that was sitting around. That's kind of a strange design choice by the app developer, if you ask me, but whatever. Leaves the phone and goes home. So that night, Cassie is hanging out with her, so her friend starts bragging that she changed the voice of her Amy to someone that she really likes.
Stay down.
How can you do that to be
defeated?
Like download the person's voice somehow? And in order to do that, you need like a lot of instances of them talking, and you need to really.
Fuck, ഞാനവിടെ ചെറുതായി brain dead.
Like, that doesn't seem like something that you could do.
Revealing area.
10 seconds until stage change. Cassie's dad comes into the room with a woman, and everyone leaves the room except for Cassie's one friend, Sarah. Cassie's dad put puts her number in his phone.
അന്തവിടെ ഇതാവുന്നു സ്റ്റാർട്ടർ ആവുന്നു.
And so she wants to like bang her dad in order to
Shock that.
No.
Oh, cute little kitty, and she picks it up.
No. Flank, trap me beat. Combo.
Cassie goes back to the spot where she put the phone.
Easy.
Taken out. Y'all's ready. I'm out of here.
Revealing area. There they are.
Easy. Thank you. Easy. Fuck. Streakil vannadairunnu.
Shock that.
What?
Oh.
Upload a million videos of her talking onto Facebook or something.
Quiet now.
It's so stupid. It's like the phone scanning. And so
Now for. Sound.
I tried.
their mother's death by like replacing their mother with the phone. Random phone that just happened to have this thing on it. That might
Die.
just happened to be unlocked. No password security.
Gone.
And then we get this weird like side Amy downloading all this data about what makes a good mother.
Fuck. I tried.
Revealing.
How?
There they are.
Obviously still charged.
buddy?
You'd never have to plug
Shot
it
my
in.
wings.
It's very
You,
convenient. Just her Amy to her mom's grave.
Shock that.
Cassie was in the same car that her mom was in. She survived the crash, but it resulted in a crazy case of bipolar and made her super impulsive and aggressive.
Silence.
And that's all Amy ever said about the medicine. And then she just kind of stops taking it.
I'm out of here.
She just wanted to take a little medicine from the Amy to make her stop taking this medication that's really important for her, you know, to function. She mentions her douchebag friend Liam and her weird slut friend Sarah too. Upon mentioning her friend, she automatically knows who she's talking about. It's kind of weird.
How do you know that?
I mean, I'm assuming it has access to all of Amy's Facebook history just by scanning her face, but I'm not sure.
Easy. Fuck.
And it's kind of weird, right, that this Amy thing has unrestricted access to everybody's information.
Deploying drone.
Especially if it's an advanced AI. There's no terms of service, nothing. And Liam's
Scatter ആണെങ്കിൽ എന്നാ ഞാൻ ഒരു സ്റ്റിങ്ങർ ഞാൻ ഒരു
Revealing area.
Fuck.
And we see his legs later on in the movie, but it doesn't appear like leg day is doing all
Shock
that
that.
for you, Liam.
Shock that.
So he can cheat on her. She goes to Sarah's place and she finds out that 15 kills to go. Like it's fire now! Like he's walking right here. Cassie infiltrates Sarah. Claire's place and finds Liam's boxes in there.
Ultimate
So Cassie's
remaining.
to kill. So Cassie's like, alright. You know, I'm not on my meds anymore, so I'm insane all of the time. Literally 24/7. I have no common
Scanning
sense
ahead.
anymore because I'm off my meds. So Cassie says,
There they are.
over the face with the command. It's so weird because we see Cassie feel remorse over killing Sarah with the pillow.
Easy.
But then she
Easy gaming. Easy.
Switches back into murder mode.
Easy peasy. Jet
Like she obviously regretted her decision.
Wow,
Why
death
would she
match
instantly
lana.
want to kill her again? It makes no sense. And why does this Amy thing want Cassie to kill everybody? Is it just because it's a machine? I kind of understand that the Amy's purpose is supposed to fill in for the people in your life that you might have missing. And obviously Cassie's Amy is supposed to be her mother. And you see it downloading all this stuff, you know, how to protect your child. And I'm pretty sure telling your child to murder another person is not protecting them. Now, I'm not sure what this Amy downloaded, but it probably wasn't the right website.
ഒരു ഗെയിമും കൂടെ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് Apexലേക്ക് ചാടാം.
Liam's backyard, you know, in order to frame Liam, which is weird because
Anyways,
they
oh
show
yes,
Cassie
Basi
as someone who
Manva
loves
actually
Liam, like
വായിച്ച്
she's obsessed
7-8
with this
chapter
guy.
കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴേക്ക്
Match
എനിക്ക്
found.
ബോധിച്ച്.
Later in the
Oh,
film,
nice.
to her Amy.
No, Mom, I know that he's not perfect.
I just know he's gonna hurt you again.
Nice,
I know he's not
Disney.
perfect, but nobody is. Then why is she trying to frame Liam? So remember that girl from the beginning of the movie? Well, here's that scene again from Cassie's
ഞാൻ
perspective.
വീണ്ടും എൻ്റെ
So upon
കുട്ടൻ
seeing this
Zoba.
trailer, Cassie's Amy goes,
I will find them.
Yep.
who the hell developed this app? John Wayne Gacy? So Cassie murders this random girl as well. Who is this random girl that Cassie just saw in the woods? She literally serves no purpose to the plot of this movie. She just comes out of nowhere. Who is she? And why is she walking in the middle of the woods randomly when it's pitch black outside? And she just happens to stumble across Cassie. Her Amy keeps saying all this like stupid stuff like sacrifices must be made to save your kingdom. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. What the hell?
And finally, as one does with a witch, it was time to liquefy the problem.
I get that Cassie has a brain issue, and she's really close to this phone. But still, it's so stupid. How can she see no problem with what she's doing? So Cassie has some blood on her hands, so she goes home to take a shower. So she goes to this outdoor shower and starts rinsing herself off with her clothes on, which is kind of strange. You would assume she would want to get rid of these clothes, you know, like put them in the barrel with the bodies that you just killed and get rid of them.
Bokurava, a Bokurava.
She decides to bring them home. Very smart. You would assume that this Amy thing that she has would use its big internet brain, you know, and download the best way to get away with murder. So while Cassie is rinsing the blood off of her, they show a shot beneath the porch, and there's a shit ton of blood coming down on the wall. Where did all this blood come from? I don't know. It's so stupid. And her Amy just keeps talking about witches and ogres and all this
Akai
dumb
Momo,
stuff.
Nakiri, Senzawa, Shangzi, Miuvu,
Rinsed away her burden, and the evil trench
Kante,
witch was no
Gecko, Sova, Paolo,
So the
Maldini,
next day, Cassie
Zion.
smiles in the mirror.
എന്നൊക്കെ
Proud of the
വിചിത്ര
murders that she just got
പേരുകളുമായി
away with. So
നിയോൺ
at this point, she's clearly just a
highlights
complete psychopath.
open.
All it took was a phone with her mother's voice to read her a story. Wow. So she was pretty unhinged. At school, Cassie finds Liam flirting with her other
Sobani
friend, and
teyo
she gets
onegai
really angry.
isoni
So
onegai
to get back at him, instead of just turning up this guy, like she should have done like a really long time ago, Cassie goes to his place and she squirts lotion
നാളെ രാവിലെ എണീറ്റിട്ട് വേണം കണി കാണും നാളെ വിഷയമല്ലല്ലോ ഓണമാണല്ലേ കണി കാണും എന്തായാലും കാര്യമില്ല പണിയെടുക്കണം
hell yeah. And
Scanning ahead.
Ready?
Found them.
Scriptwriters. So Liam walks down the stairs and he slips on the lotion. The lotion is white and very visible. It's not like she smeared it all over the stairs, you know, to cover more surface area. She would definitely slip and not see the lotion. Instead, she just leaves it.
No chance.
Not only is it strange that he just happened to step on the one little area where she squirted the lotion, but he didn't see the line.
Shut that.
He even showed him what the hell is.
Y'all take flight.
ഞാനിത് തോക്കി
And he's screaming, right?
ഞാൻ പണ്ട് ഒരു കില്ലാടി തന്നെ വീണ്ടും സോ മരിച്ചു. ഞാൻ അത് എക്സ്പെക്ട് ചെയ്തില്ല. ഐ ഡിഡ്ന്റ് എക്സ്പെക്ട് ദാറ്റ്. ഇതൊരു ലെഫ്റ്റ് സൈഡ് റൈറ്റ് സൈഡ് ബാറ്റിലാണല്ലോ. ഓ അവൾ എടുത്തല്ലേ.
Walk outside. They see them at the bottom.
They also
and while down trip.
Shot down.
Down. Shows up the next gift for Liam. She gives him a new phone with a clone of her agent. The aim that Cassie has. Now Liam has it too. I wonder what's gonna happen now. Well, how's it going for you? Nothing. Nothing happens. Basically, Cassie gave Liam this new phone because she thought that his lady convinced Liam to give gun and treat her well.
ഓ എന്റെ മോനെ എന്റെ ഹെഡ്ഷോട്ട് ആക്രസി എന്താ അടുത്ത ജന്മത്തിലാണല്ലോ.
Just strangely and if it's so easy to download Amy onto another device, does anybody pay for it? Is it free?
I'm bombarding.
Wow.
Ah!
It's like a Siri, but only comes with certain devices. So the company artificial intelligence.
അതെന്റെ വിജയം. സല്യൂട്ട് രാം രാം. ഇപ്പോഴാണ് ക്യാപ്ചർ ആയത്. അപ്പൊ ഇത്രയും നേരം എന്റെ ഒരുവിധം കളികളൊന്നും ക്യാപ്ചർ ആയില്ലേ. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. അവിടെ മാറി. You will be 65, 18, കാണപ്പി 18. ഓ രണ്ടരും കിട്ടിയോ? ഓ ഞാനൊരു കില്ലാടി തന്നെ. രണ്ട് മരണം. നിങ്ങളോട് മരിക്കും, ഞാനും മരിക്കും. ബാലെടുത്താലും കളി വേലെടുത്ത ണ്ടോ മീശ മാതാൻ ഓണോട്ട് എന്തെങ്കിലും ബന്ധമുണ്ടോ? ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഇനി കളി തീർന്നു. പറ ഇനി പറ മധുവിദുരാമ. How does SOAS not work? അങ്ങനെ രണ്ടുപേർക്കും ഉണ്ടത്. I can't believe ഞാൻ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ സ്പ്രേ ചെയ്തിരുന്നേ കിട്ടിയാണ്. എനിക്ക് 11 അസിസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ ഐ ഡിഡ് മൈ ജോബ്.
Completely different. And the vlog just randomly starts deploying drone. His dad picks up the phone. Kills remaining. So dumb. Why are phones in this movie so weird? They never vlog.
Yeah. Easy.
But before she can, Cassie's dad hits her.
I tried guys, I tried. Okay, ഞാൻ ട്രൈ ചെയ്തു ഈ കളി.
In front of her, which pretty much does nothing to inhibit her at all. And somehow Cassie still has the earpiece in her ear
Okay.
that she uses
Time
for
to
her
play
Amy
some
to talk
Apex
to her
Legends, I
without
guess.
anybody hearing her Amy.
Maybe ഇന്ന് രാത്രി ഞാൻ
I'll
ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക്
stay in her ear
ഡു
when
നോട്ട്
her
ഫീഡ്
dad
ഓ എനിക്ക്
knocked her
റോഡ്
upside
96
the head.
തീർക്കണം അല്ലേ
Anyway, so Cassie tries to
അത്
strangle her
തീർക്കാം
dad
ഗ്രേവിയാർഡ്
with her
കീപ്പർ
hands,
വലുതായിട്ട്
but
ആയില്ലല്ലോ
her dad stops her.
Your head injury is making you act like this. This isn't your fault.
So then Cassie's Amy uses the car's Bluetooth to make a very loud, obnoxious noise. And her dad decides to stop the car instead of just turning the radio off. Like, why do you just turn the radio off? So he stops the car, he's like freaking out, and Cassie just like leaves. Just kidding, you got bamboozled. Cassie just opened the door to make her dad think she left the car. So her dad would leave the car with the keys in it, you know, with the car running, because that's what you would do. So Cassie just goes into the front seat and brings the car back into her dad. Why didn't her dad use
you know what? Never mind. Actually, ഞാൻ സ്ട്രീംസ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് എനിക്ക് ഇത് കാണണം ലെവൽ 1 ഹീറോ കാണണം സോ അത് കാണാം ഐ ഗസ് മസമുനേക്കൻ ഐ ഗസ് സോം 100 കാണണം എങ്ങനെ പോയാലും മസമുനേക്കൻ ഐ നോട്ട് വെരി ഷുവർ ബിക്കോസ് ഐ നോ വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പൻസ് ഐ നോ the rest of the story isn't that interesting to be honest. No offense to the story or anything, it's just that the story becomes very confusing. Not confusing, it just becomes they try to bamboozle you a lot, so I don't actually remember who they end up with. So what a store ഇന്ന് പുതിയ സ്റ്റോർ സാധനം വരില്ലേ വരൂല apparently ഇന്ന് ട്യൂസ്ഡേ അല്ലേ shit.
Otherwise, I would have no idea who she was. And she asked
5 headshots. Okay, this is not bad.
So Ruby's like, yo, I'll be over there in a little bit. See you later. Ruby then texts
See you later.
You know where Sarah is? And Liam.
Seer. Oh, ordnance damage, get headshot, 3000 damage. Okay. I think assault rifle damage. Yeah, air damage.
Cassie trying to defend Liam to her Amy. I know he's not perfect, but somehow this Amy was able to brainwash Cassie to the point where she
ordnance 5 headshot 3000 damage. Not bad, not bad. Battle pass എത്രയുണ്ട് 64 ദിവസം.
Spot for him for some reason, even though he constantly cheats on her.
Top 10 bonuses.
Sarah's phone that she got from her dad.
10% bonus to top 5 and win XP. Boost stack and apply to every anybody 300%. Wait, XP boost active ആണോ? അത് പറഞ്ഞു. Not that I can do much, but yeah.
Cassie's Amy starts freaking out because the clone got deleted.
Please don't delete me. Please don't delete me.
So Cassie calls Liam and she's like, "Did you delete the Amy I gave you?" And he's like, "Yeah, because it sucked."
Hey, how are you liking your new Amy?
Yeah, it sucks.
And this is what really sends her over the edge. It wasn't the cheating. It was him deleting the Amy that she got for him. Now that's disrespect. So then Cassie goes outside to get the axe.
I hope the stream can't see the overlays and shit. So ഞാനിപ്പം ഔട്ട്പ്ലേഡ് ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഷോർട്ട് ഫോം കണ്ടന്റിന് വേണ്ടി എനിക്ക് എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഭയങ്കര മടിയായിരുന്നു. സോ ഐ വാസ് ലൈക്ക് യു നോ വാട്ട് ഞാൻ ഇതൊന്നും കൂടെ ഒന്ന് ട്രൈ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കാം. ഇപ്രാവശ്യം ഐ കെപ്റ്റ് ദ ബിറ്റ് റേറ്റ് അറ്റ് മാക്സിമം, like complete quality mode. Hopefully, oh yes, I remember the issue. Quality mode കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ FPS scene ആയിരുന്നു.
Her dad showed her that there was video evidence.
Oh, we can check. Oh, എന്റെ വാ വേദന എടുക്കുന്നു. Whoa, സുന്ദരിയേ വാ വെണ്ണിലവേ വാ എൻ ജീവദാനി പ്രണയിനി. Whoa. Yo.
Why didn't Cassie's Amy
ഇത് ചെയ്യാൻ
manipulation instruct her to delete the video that was incriminating her?
അസോൾട്ട് റൈഫിൾ ഇങ്ങ് തന്നേ. ഈസി അസോൾട്ട് റൈഫിൾ. ഓ എനിക്ക് നെമസിസ് ഇപ്പോഴും കളിക്കാൻ അറിയത്തില്ല. സോ ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ട്രൈഡ് ആൻഡ് ട്രൂ, ഐ ഡോണ്ട് കെയർ വാട്ട് എനിവൺ സേസ്, R301 is എൻ്റെ ഫേവറേറ്റ് ഗൺ. Actually, never mind. Mozambique is my favorite gun. But R301 is my favorite assault rifle.
Cassie doesn't care about the earpiece, so she gets rid of the earpiece. We don't see her do it, but for whatever reason, the other characters can hear her Amy speaking now, because it makes the movie creepy. So you can hear Amy speaking.
They got to the zone. We must respond in kind.
So instead of using the barrel outside of Lee's face again, which was working out perfectly.
That zone is now
She decides to burn her house down.
Lifting the veil.
Goes to Liam's place. Out.
നിങ്ങൾ ആരടാ എൻ്റെ അടുത്താ കളിക്കുന്നത്? ഞാനൊരു കൊണ്ടായിരുന്നു ആർക്കെങ്കിലും. ആ കൊടുത്തു.
It all makes sense. So Liam yells to his dad to not let Cassie. But too late. He's already in.
എൻ്റെ ആളുടെ പൊട്ടിച്ചോ?
Sponsored by Chevron.
Doesn't even seem like he moved. He was just sitting there. His house. Didn't even care who it was. And he walked over and put the axe into his brain. So Cassie goes upstairs.
See through the face.
Spooky, you know, being like. You're a bad boy, Liam. I should also mention that Liam was screaming about victory sandwiches when he saw Cassie outside of his window.
Victory sandwiches! You eat victory sandwiches. Recharging shields. You eat victory sandwiches!
അങ്ങോട്ടൊരു നീടൊക്കെ എടുത്തെറിഞ്ഞ് At least, yeah, I did want to medical, so.
What? Are you telling me that?
I mean, not in IRL, I mean, in game. Level 33. I mean, granted, I was a stationary target that didn't check to look behind him, but still. Level 33.
Oh my god, Liam, he jumped out the window, so he must have to. Instead, Liam was just under his bed. Eventually, both find themselves. Liam is trying to manipulate Cassie.
പണ്ടേ ഒരു ഈസി പീസി ലെമൺ സ്കീസി കയ്യിലൊക്കെ.
Just ignore it. So she just stands there like an idiot as Liam takes the axe away from her, beats her with it, and then. Working. Thanks, movie. Funny how things just work when the movie wants them to work. So Liam calls 911 and lays there as she stabs his broken leg. But she's the one that's seriously and he's obviously more serious than she is. I mean, he plays football, but yeah, just lay there. Just lay there, bro. That's the solution right now.
Recharging.
Why? So yeah, she just stabs him in the mouth and he dies. It's like the silliest way to kill someone ever. He just kind of sits there and he does it too. In the next scene, we see Cassie talking to her friend. They were talking about, oh my god, Liam is such a terrible person. I can't believe you killed so many people. So I guess they just think that Liam's an insane person.
Drawing back the
I know his dad was a dick, but they look up this none of it. Axes from Cassie's house and has some of Ruby's DNA. So if Liam did all this, he would have had to have killed Cassie's dad without her noticing, gone to Cassie's house without Cassie there, with Ruby there too, killed Ruby there, and burn the house down, kill that phone, kill his dad, and injure Cassie.
Fuck!
Kill people and then drag their bodies to this barrel.
When I'm trying to try, but the trying isn't trying enough.
At a dinner table with an Amy of her dad, an Amy of her mom, and an Amy of Liam. Oh, and there's one more. There's an Amy of their baby. Of Liam and Cassie's baby. They have a little phone baby. It's been 9 months and nobody knows about this weird girl. And where did the Amy text come from? They completely ignored about that this entire movie. They didn't even bother explaining
An open heart sees clearly. I'm recharging my shields.
Yes, that does. Alright guys, I guess that was it. Thank you so much for watching. This is something I'm going to count down and something. I'm impressed. If you guys have any other movies I should do. Also, guess what? YouTube is
Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Juicy.
Look beyond the veil.
Not so juicy.
Go to Alien stuff over there. So go check
Okay.
it out.
I think I did 4 damage with ordnance, but that's okay. Because at least. So my game plan is gun run wherever matram I'll switch to battle royale as of now.
Using grapple.
Maybe I'm grenade or matra palla noka. I mean I do want to do assault damage. Our steer na nerf though. What? Oh!
You came looking for trouble, but trouble found you first.
I'm looking for trouble, but trouble found you first. Yeah. I think they nerfed Seer or something. They covered the stun ഭയങ്കര ഇതായിരുന്നു.
Shields to recharge.
Small ആയിരുന്നു. Small. Small.
He just sits in his room with his coffee.
Grappling.
He puts a tab of acid in it. And he's like, after I'm done drinking this coffee, then his idea is
Recharging.
See through the veil.
stalks his ex-girlfriend.
Why?
Well, that was a classic case of foolish right there, I'm afraid.
And people actually put like money into this project. Actors had managers call them up and be like,
Yo, there's this movie called The Drone. It's about an evil drone that goes around killing people. You want to be in this movie?
and the
Keep it
actors
together.
were like, hell yeah.
We're taking it away.
I'll take anything. The guy who owns the drone is spying on women. Cops show up at his place. Oh shit. It's not the cops. So the cops come to the door.
Recharging my shield.
Again, 4 damage. Really?
I'm recharging my shields.
He's also like holding the drone captive. The music is so.
Grenade for treat.
So he cuts the girl's throat, just runs with the drone, and hides
Unveil.
Why go back? Fuck it.
out a bunch of binary.
1 0.
How's he doing?
Sounds like binary.
And then a lightning bolt comes down and zaps him while he's holding the drone. So now his consciousness is like in the drone. So he is effectively the drone. And I guess he like summoned Thor with this binary. And Thor was like, all right, I'm gonna throw down my hammer and put you in the drone because you yelled the correct binary. So drone time. You can't make this shit up. It's so silly.
This is not how it ends!
I'm just gonna call the drone Dave because I feel like that's a good name for a drone. Dave, the deadly dickhead drone. So then they show this cop on the phone with his daughter, and they're talking about this evil guy that just died.
He's the one you told me about who films girls and brings them to his house and takes off all their clothes.
And his daughter goes,
Mommy said he probably couldn't get up.
Mommy said he probably couldn't even get it up.
Excuse me, Mom. What are you doing saying that to your child? That's kind of weird. So then Dave comes to life in the cop's car.
Oh,
and
what the
cop's
shit?
Like, what the
Did
heck? Why is
Horizon
this
the
drone
skin?
randomly
Taliyan
flying in my
dingane,
car?
kartan
Then it
dingane.
crashes and dies.
Let's go, 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 Power Rangers! Wow, wow,
So moving into their new home, very exciting. And their weird-ass neighbor decides to pop up and give them a visit. Kind of a weirdo, but Rachel and Chris invite her in anyway, and they do like.
Oh,
a
and the
close-up
one,
on her
nammal
ass
dripping
and stuff.
team X. I mean,
It's
Octane is
weird.
also.
Watch this segment.
Oh,
It
bad bot,
doesn't
bad
feel
bot.
like the beginning.
Oh, bad bot, beating me up, boom, boom, boom. Oh, bad bot, bad bot.
Nice to meet you.
So then Dave is just flying along and decides to chill on his family's trash bin. Because the evil guy who's in the drone, Rachel, is his ex-girlfriend, and he's still obsessed with her. He thinks that he still has a shot with her as a drone. So he goes to visit her as a drone. So Chris finds the drone and he's like, oh cool, a free drone. It's definitely not anybody
those
else's,
bots,
it's mine.
please?
So he takes it. He shows the drone to Rachel, and she's like, did you just like steal that drone? And he's like, yeah. Yep, so they can go to their drone. There's even a camera on the drone.
Ah,
So
രണ്ടുപേരും
it's
നടുക്ക്
pretty
വീണ്.
cool that the person who owns
How?
the drone would have like a live feed, and it would show these people that are stealing the drone. They're not very smart. So Chris goes to a shop and gets a new remote for the drone. The guy that's working there asks him if he wants it in white or black. He's like testing Chris's racism.
I'm just messing with you. They only come in white.
Chris then uses Dave to spy on like this older couple. So Dave gets back at Chris by recording him nailing her. It's kind of weird that Chris like the camera pointing directly at them while they're having sex when it's like this brand new drone that someone else could easily have access to his camera, but he just doesn't care, I guess. Like, hey, we're in the in the next scene, Rachel gets out of the shower, and then we get a jump scare by flying
Chada, again.
How did she not hear it until like that very moment? Drones are kind of loud, right? Especially in a bathroom, like an enclosed space. That would be super loud. Maybe she has like a really loud shower, but she still doesn't hear it until she steps out of the shower. So Rachel confronts Chris, and she's like, what the heck, dude? Why are you using this drone to like freak me out and stuff? And Chris is like, I didn't use the drone. What? When he's talking, he has food in his mouth, and it's really gross. Dave the drone interrupts Rachel while she's painting, so she calls him. He's at work. And he's like, what? I'm not using the drone. It must just be flying on its own. That's kind of weird. How could she expect him to be using the drone? Then Rachel's like, alright, must be just a defective drone. So she continues painting. Then Dave creeps up on her while she's painting. You know, how a drone can creep up on you while you're painting. It's not like she has AirPods in or anything. How does she not hear this drone? She doesn't hear the behind her? Doesn't hear that? Okay. Yep. Alright, so then Dave exits the house. So then Dave starts creeping on the neighbor and records her while she's sunbathing. That's a horny girl. The next day, Dave the drone breaks a plate as a diversion so he can access Rachel's computer while she's talking. He uploads the video that her onto her computer to make it look like Chris using the drone. Because Dave is a
I
really
think I did
jealous
some
person.
damage.
He doesn't like Chris.
Oh no, load
Rachel all for
I don't think I'm close.
Rachel will totally fall in love with the drone. I guess Dave didn't think this through very well. The porno continues, ladies and gentlemen, and they invite over Corinne, the weirdo neighbor, because Rachel saw the video that Dave put on the computer, and she thinks that Chris was recording the neighbor. Invite her over and see if that's true. At this dinner, Rachel plays everything is drunk in front of Corinne.
How did I survive that?
But Chris doesn't put up any sort of fight. He just kind of okay. If you didn't do
How did I survive that?
So for the past couple of days,
What are
those?
those?
The house, doing all this stuff, and the dog barks at it. So Dave looked up.
How did I not
on
completely?
Chris's computer to make it look like Chris was trying to get rid of the dog. Oh, you're so stupid. drone use so bad? It's so weird because the drone ends up killing people at the end of the movie. But he does all this stuff in the beginning of the movie to try and like make Rachel hate Chris. So they split up. Why didn't the drone just kill Chris? That'd be a lot easier. I find it kind of weird that the drone's battery just like never dies. I never once saw Chris plug it in anywhere or put it on a charging dock. And I looked online, a drone can only fly for like 25 minutes straight before dying. So I'm not sure how Dave just continuously flies. Dave the drone uses the code on the door that he watched Chris use earlier to leave the house late at night, and he baits the dog to jump over a fence.
That's how I survived.
So the dog jumps over the fence and chokes itself to death. Chris and Rachel find the dog the next day, and then Chris is like, yeah, it was probably like chasing a raccoon. And then Rachel goes, you know what it was. It wasn't a raccoon. It was the drone. It makes complete sense that it was a drone doing it on its own. So Chris goes to work, and Rachel stays at home watching TV. He switches to the channel, Dave somehow remotely takes control over the TV and starts like tormenting her, showing her
easy money,
like,
easy money.
The dog's dead, and then sending her like messages through other people's voices.
Ah, come on!
I'm not sure how he can do this. Maybe he has like super drone power. He's like a drone X-Man that can control electric signals. If Dave the drone really loves Rachel, he wants to all to himself. It's weird that it's like torture too, right? So Rachel's dead set that this drone is evil or something. You know, the drone's fucking her. She knows it. But she doesn't throw it out or destroy it or do anything. She doesn't do anything to solve the problem.
Let's just say a little
bit. Did I tag him at least? How did I miss a point blank arc
Chris
star?
goes outside with a baseball bat, but the door just like closes on its own behind him and locks. Because the drone somehow hacked into the security system of the house and now controls it remotely. Rachel then turns around to see none other than Dave the drone hovering menacingly, and then the music kicks in. So bad, Dave then charged or hovered at Rachel.
The great unveiling.
Slowly. He easily evades it and then just kind of like smashes into the door. Poor Dave. F the chat for Dave the drone. So Chris brings Dave to the racism shop. Chris tells the guy at the shop what's happening.
Well, I'm supposed to do that.
And the guy behind the counter is like, oh, well, you have any random signals bouncing around your house that might interfere with the drone? Like, what the hell does that mean? There's a million signals bouncing around everyone's house. Whether it be with, like, cell phones or your Wi-Fi. Why the hell would that make a drone? What lies behind the veil? But the guy behind the counter goes, yeah, that's what I do. Makes sense. So then Chris is like, yeah, we have a security system in our home that's been a little weird recently. Yep, that'll do it. That will make the drone freak out and start flying on its own. Makes sense.
Last night, our security system went totally haywire.
No, that'll do it.
What? He even looks like he's holding back laughter when he's delivering the line because it's so ridiculous. So the guy behind the counter is like, you know what? Let me test the drone right here in this shop. There's hardly any room in here. It's very safe. So he makes the drone fly, and then as a prank, he flies the drone towards Chris. Very that could easily result in
see through it there.
But
I'm recharging my
never know what's going to happen.
All aboard! I mean, all...
complete control
I mean,
of
I
the
tried.
car, steering, the radio, everything.
And your
He even
damage
took
is good.
control of his phone's
And
GPS
skilled
system.
it.
And not only took control of it, like altered the app, you know, so it says something different and shows something different. This is no ordinary drone, guys. Dave's ability to hack and control things is pretty impressive. Control the steering.
Okay, I see. There
But
are
then
some
randomly,
complications
Dave stops
with
the
that.
car just before they hit some random pedestrian. Dave didn't want to kill that guy. You know, because then that would get Chris in trouble. And he doesn't want to get Chris in trouble. Wait, yes he does. That's all he wants to do.
Putting my
Get
heart
Chris in
out
trouble.
there.
So why didn't he hit this guy? Is he just like randomly all of a sudden? Isn't the person inside this drone like some evil dickhead? Okay. In the next scene, Dave hunts down their creepy neighbor Corinne and kills her. Two cops show up outside of Chris and Rachel's house. You must be asking any questions. And Chris is like, yes, when he meant to say but rocking it back and forth. Very sinister. How is it rocking the chair? I'm just giving up. The police take Chris away to questioning. Rachel goes
Let's
on
go dancing. Let's go. Let's go.
Dave,
Wow. Perfectly
somehow
timed.
sneaks up on Rachel again, without her noticing. Again. She can't hear the drone somehow. I'm convinced that she's deaf. But it's too late, Rachel. Dave had already emailed the videos of Corinne to the police with Chris's email address. That conniving, buzzing bastard. Am I right, guys? Rachel goes to the police station to try and retrieve Chris.
It was the drone.
Are you on medication right now?
She fails to get him, so she goes back home, where she finds a bunch of rose petals all over the floor, along with like 100 candles that are lit. Wow, this is a very unique drone. How can a drone do this, you may ask? Well, they can't. Oh, and there's music playing too. Dave the drone really wants to make this special. Obviously, this movie wasn't trying to have any semblance of logic, right? So Dave the drone that loves Rachel, right? It's his ex-girlfriend. He doesn't want Rachel with anyone else. He attacks Rachel and leaves her with 3 back wounds. Now that must hurt. How the drone could have cut her
now
like that
I
by
need one
flying
petty.
by once.
I
Makes no
just
sense,
need one
but I'm
petty,
starting to question
Legends
if I
Newcastle.
should even care about things that make sense in this movie, because it's a movie about an
One
evil
petty.
drone.
I just
So
need
the
one
drone is
petty. That
hiding,
was
right?
right.
But then he approaches Rachel again. This time, she hears it. She couldn't hear it before because of reasons, but this time, she hears it. The drone flies stationary in one position, which is very nice because it gives Rachel the time to spray it with something to mess up the camera so it can't see. So she runs towards the open door, trying to escape. She gets her hands on the doorknob, and she has more than enough time to leave, but she just stands there until the drone flies close enough to get her hair stuck in its like little jaws, like its little mouth, little teeth area. What the fuck? Her hair gets stuck in the drone. Whatever. So then Dave pulls Rachel, right? Like away from the door. But not just that. It pulls her across the floor. How can a drone pull a human being? What? Then Dave rips Rachel's hair out and then spits it out of its little drone mouth. It even has a spitting sound effect. God, I love this movie. It's obviously not taking itself very seriously, and I appreciate that. So the drone's like going in for a kiss, I guess, and Rachel grabs it and destroys it. She, like smashes it on the ground and then stomps on it. Instead of completely destroying it, she just kind of leaves it there. So they go back to find it and it's gone. Dave escaped. But they have this investigator guy look for the drone because they have its serial number. And then we get the best scene of the movie. Rachel is dreaming, right? She feels something under the covers. Oh my god, it's Dave! But that was just a dream. So she wakes up, and guess what? It's Dave again! Then she wakes up again. Who wrote these scenes? So then we get a scene of Dave the drone going to his brother's house. Like his actual real-life living human brother. And somehow the drone is able to convince his brother that he's inside the drone.
Hey! Don't you touch that! It's me and my brother!
Then Dave's brother takes the drone and modifies it. So it's like a super drone. If it wasn't a super drone before, like what? So remember that investigator that's helping track down Dave. Well, somehow, Dave knows about this guy. He's never seen him before, and he knows where he's living. He goes to his house, and oh my god. I don't know how I can prepare you guys. The drone goes to this guy's house, and sneaks into the room where he is, and then rams himself like right up. I'm not. But they even have a scene where it shows him going up the dude. What? I never thought I would watch a movie where a drone kills someone. But in this movie, how did this drone kill this guy's ass? I don't know. Then again, it was modified, so
Alia, brother, save!
Rachel, that the serial number pointed towards a place called Larchmont. Somehow they find their way perfectly to Dave's brother's apartment. Very convenient. So they get into a scuffle and they kill Dave's brother. Rachel finds a picture of her ex-boyfriend at this random person's apartment. So she comes to the conclusion, the drone must be her ex. Like, what? How could she possibly come to that conclusion? She knows her ex is dead. Like, maybe if he wasn't dead, she could come to the conclusion that he was, like, controlling it someplace else with a remote or something. But she instantly thinks, yep, my ex is inside the drone. That's the only logical explanation for this.
He's the drone. It all makes sense now.
That my ex-boyfriend's soul is inside the drone. Okay. And the reason she thinks this is because he's obsessed with technology. Yep. That explains it. Rachel and Chris go back home, and while they were gone, Dave went to their place and was writing all this stuff all over their pictures. He probably just put like a marker in his teeth somehow and was like flying up and down, you know, over and over and wrote out stuff. And then he printed a bunch of pieces of paper that say Rachel all over. You know, they really gotta drive the point home that he's obsessed with Rachel. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. So the two cops from earlier go into their home and they're like, where are you guys? We're here because of reasons. And guess what? Dave's there, and he decapitates both of them instantly. Now that's an effective killing machine right there. Don't mess with this drone, guys. I'm telling you. It's a crazy killer machine. Rachel's like, go away, Dave. I don't want anything to do with it. And then Dave's like,
Well, watch this.
he transforms into David, the super God. And it can speak now. Like it has little speakers on it, so it can speak. You know, the only thing that can be a drone is another drone. So Rachel takes out this old drone.
Please no.
Flies it towards Dave. Oh wait, sorry, it's David now, right? Because he's upgraded, so my bad. So David and the other drone, they fight, and David kills the other drone. Because obviously David is the superior drone. So they defeat David the deadly drone by putting lighter fluid all over it, and then throwing it so it blows up. I don't know, guys. Chris looks at the and he sees a bunch of binary in the camera. Guess what? It's the same evil binary from the movie. And this time, the consciousness of Dave is now in Chris. So Chris is Dave now because he read the binary. Thor doesn't have to do anything in this case. He doesn't have to shoot you with lightning or anything. It makes a lot of sense. It makes sense. Yeah. So Chris, that's Dave now, tries killing Rachel. And then Rachel's like, oh my God, it's you, Dave. I can't believe that you're in Chris. How did that happen? That's weird. So then she kicks Dave, Chris, off of the balcony. And he lands on this pole thing that's sticking out of the ground. I'm not sure what it is, but it like impales him through the chest. So he dies. And as they're laying there dying, Dave dies first inside Chris, and then Chris is laying there and he's like, "Oh my God, Rachel, no." And then Rachel goes, "Are you okay?" Yeah, he's fine. I mean, look at him. He's fine. This was the funniest yet dumbest movie I think I've ever seen in my life. What the hell? So many man hours were put into this ridiculous movie about a drone that was possessed by a human. Oh my god. What? Why does this exist? But at the same time, I'm so happy it does exist. It's so silly. It's so stupid. But it's amazing. I love the drone.
So guys,
don't take this as a bad review. Okay. Because this movie set out to do something. And as far as I'm concerned, it did it very effectively. It's dumb as hell, but I thought it was pretty entertaining. So yeah, guys. That's gonna do it. Go to alienclothing.com and check out all the cool designs we have over there. It's my personal clothing brand, and I think you crafty horror in there and you mix it all up. What do you get? You get The Sand. The movie The Sand. Yeah, it's an atrocity. Whoever made this should be locked up. The director's name is Isaac Gabafe. I think that's a crime in itself. What kind of a name is Gabafe? Normally when I record a video about a specific movie, it's because a bunch of people ask me to do it. But this time, it's just for you, Jerry. I know you're watching this, Jerry. This video, it's for you. So yeah, this movie's about a bunch of hot people and a fat guy who are stuck on a beach, and the beach starts, like, eating people. Literally, that's what happens. I'm not joking at all. And it has amazing dialogue, such as... Let's start at the beginning, shall we? So it opens up with camera footage of a party at a beach at night.
Oh, the skin. That skin looks...
everyday party. Until you see the giant veiny testicle they start carrying around.
What the hell?
I guess it's like an egg of some sort, and I guess everybody at that party was just too drunk to care about Cthulhu's testicle. That's kind of weird, right? Were they all blackout drunk? I don't care how drunk I am, if I see this thing, I'm freaking out. What the fuck is that? So yeah, obviously this is like the monster that starts killing people. The next morning, a girl watches a seagull get eaten by the sand. Very normal. I'm not gonna bother introducing you to any of these characters, like giving them names, because I don't think this movie cares about the characters.
Reckon we crash land
I
is
don't
Poppy
remember
there.
a single character's name in this movie.
100%.
I don't think it matters. All that matters
how's
is
the
a
serenity?
bunch of attractive people and a fat guy who's stuck in a barrel. That's it. Those are the characters. One of the guys looks like that one picture of Yandere has. Like almost exactly like that picture. It's very strange.
Watch out.
There's a bunch of people that somehow slept in this car. There's a couple people up in this guard tower thing.
Let's go! Lava. Okay.
And then there's a girl with her boobs down.
Adios.
So this guy jumps out of the car to save Boob Girl, and then the sand starts eating him too. The effects are so shitty.
Ring's closing in 1 minute.
I'm talking
We're
like
pretty close.
Scorpion King level of bad effects. Like the worst possible effects you can possibly put in the movie. There. I'm pretty sure Filthy Frank used better effects in his videos than they did in this movie. This is why practical effects
I got one knockdown.
So these two people are being killed by the sand, and the people sitting in the car don't turn the car on.
Easy.
Instead, they just kind of sit there and they're like, oh my god, what do we do? What's going on? They don't even try to turn the car on until after these two people are dead. And then they're like, oh wow, the car battery's dead. Oh no. After some investigating, they find out that this monster that's in the sand is killing people with these little like cubes that come out of the sand, like these little feelers, and grab people and pull them under. They're kind of like jellyfish. This guy gets like hung by them and has food on his belly. So the fat guy that was So yeah, fat dude stuck in the barrel. I'm not sure how he fell asleep sitting upright in this barrel. You gotta be pretty goddamn strong. How the fuck?
Calm down.
What? So he wakes up in the barrel. He's like, oh, what the hell? I'm stuck in this barrel. Don't try and leave the barrel. People are dying on the beach. Not a good idea. He's like, what do you mean dying on the beach? And they're like, the beach is killing people. It's like sucking them down, killing them. We don't know how. And he believes them. Not sure why he would believe them.
Yeah, എത്ര വരെ പൊക്കി? ഞാൻ എത്ര റിവൈവ് ചെയ്തു?
So two people have died on the beach.
എന്റെ ഗോഡ് ഗെയിമിംഗ് കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ?
Forget about these dead people.
Anyways.
They start worrying about getting burned by the sun. And they're like, hey.
ഞാൻ 4 റിവൈവ് ചെയ്തു. At least I did the petty and one more. So എനിക്ക് 4 stars കിട്ടി.
Never mind
ലാഭം.
the man-eating sand that's below us. So remember how there was a party the night
Okay,
before?
anyways, ഞാൻ ഇന്നത്തേക്ക് നിർത്തുവാണ് because
yeah, they're all gone now, and the survivors
ഇതൊരു ലെവൽ
just now
കൂട്ടുന്നല്ലേ?
realizing that the beach killed them all. Except how could this have happened without anybody?
Anyways, ഞാൻ തൽക്കാലത്തേക്ക് നിർത്തുവാണ്. As I said, എനിക്ക് കുറച്ച് പണിയുണ്ട്, എനിക്ക് കുറച്ച് ആനിമേ കാണാൻ പോണം. So അത് പതിവ് വരെ goodbye GGs and to be continued.